Alright, here we are on Pillars. We got a 3K 4v4 test branch. Team 1 ANS, Team 2 OSP, Team 1 Wheat Bread Small Cake, Hunter and Imperial, Team 2 Jordan Jeu, Kamiya, Defcon 2, and Sakura Fritz. What the fuck? Go away. Okay. On Pillars, it's just Pillars, man. Like, if you don't know what this map is, welcome to Nebulous Fleet Commands. ANS kind of spread out around the lower side. OSP also doing a pretty decent spread. Things we're going down to the wire on the deploy. Not sure what the deal is there. I'm now with OSP teams, container liner. It's white. I don't recognize this paint scheme. I don't know who this is. This might be Jordan Jeu. Yeah, let's dip into the voice comm, see if they've relaxed in there a little bit.
It's easy to fuck up with that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
No, okay, they're never gonna stop talking. It's Misk and Herman and they never stop talking. So we're gonna be deafened for this one, looks like. Jordan Jeu has a container liner with 60, 40, 76, 24. I don't know what any of these are. I have no idea. That is a lot of containers. Blind firing right off rip, 4 of them. See how that goes. Also has cringed in 1 naked shuttle. This is not a good build. Just like straight up, you can't bring a shuttle on this. You have to sacrifice way too much. Tommy's got double 450 bulk freighters. Double 450 bulk freighters with 1 EWR, 1 Bloodhound. That's 1 MLS2s. And Defcon 2 has an Anchor Solo with 450s and a T30 on the nose. What the fuck is this? With Auroras and Sarissas and a Lyrebird and a Interruption. Alright, that's pretty scuffed. 1 EWR, 2 EWR tugs, 3 EWR tugs! Wow. 2 gun shuttles. This team doesn't have any frontline. I think OSP actually just lost in build order. Because Sakura Fritz has gun shuttles, jam shuttles, rocket shuttles. Yeah, these are like... OSP is going to have to play on the run in 4 caps, and I don't think they can do that with a container liner in the game. This is not a good fleet comp. They just don't have anything that can like stand and fight for very long. Hunter has, oh nice, the beme battleship, Empress, Defenders, a couple gun sprinters with PD on them as well. Imperial's rocking Il Classico, which I gave him. Huge shout out to Herman for making that. It's a very strong double 450 Axford, or double 450 Axford fleet. Good PD, good fleet support capabilities, good firepower, good damage control, good everything. Small Cake has... What is this? Is this like a fucking frig wall? What is this? So a little group of gun frigs. And then a couple of like scouting and missile sprinters. So ANS doesn't have that much cap game. They don't have direct cap game anyway. It's like a dedicated cap game, I should say. It's more of an anti-cap fleet. Wheat Red's got double voxels and a sprinter and a Reigns, Pinard Reigns. Alright, let's dip back into the chat here, see if they're still spamming.
They're just doing, it's just kind of random throwing shit.
You know, children here.
Killjoy the bowling ball because it just sends it back like that.
Yeah, it's a ball. You throw it at the missiles and it scatters them everywhere.
Bunch of STs going into Alpha. I think ANS is quite going to be able to get this. ANS doesn't have a cap fleet, so that's kind of expensive. See how that works out. Of course, the flip side of this is OSP doesn't really have much in the way of front line, so yeah, gonna be a weird game. Yeah,
Wow, the Solomon actually ate a container to the superstructure. I don't think it actually damaged any modules.
yeah, that looks correct. Yeah, there it is. There's the red circle, and that lands right here. So yeah, no module damage. Very funny. Also, that
Tiny warheads.
might be, yeah, tiny warheads, a big part of that.
These are weave, I think. These upcoming ones. or
Yeah, I'm not
something.
sure what they are, but they're definitely fucking cheap because he somehow got in a nearly naked shuttle. Actually, 13 chaff.
I'm gonna assume the bois, the support containers, are beehive boxes with like a ton of decoys in, and then everything
Probably.
else is cheapo spam. If I had to make a wild guess.
Alright, so the shuttles are playing the frontline game here, which is a decision that you can make. They're under the good rock. They're also under the map. It's both teams have such odd comps. I really like it. And it's less odd than OSP, but
No one's got C yet.
yeah, which has also been very odd. I'm not sure exactly what
Okay.
happened there. I think containers.
It's the sprinter drift bug.
I see. That's not good. I don't know. Small cake's like way off the point.
Yeah, you give it a waypoint, it reaches it, and then it drifts us off at max speed.
Oh,
I see.
that's actually a bug?
Yeah, it will drift all the way
that
to the
sounds-
withdraw line and go away.
Just
The sprinters of unionized. They don't want to do this cat dying thing anymore.
Got a
All the
container
sprinters
strike
are just penal colonies, bro.
coming out. I'm not sure if it's headed for the Empress or headed for Wheatbread's ships. If it's headed for Wheatbread's, it's just gonna get soft killed. Jordan doesn't believe in expensive secret combos.
gonna go through every possible PD net it can.
Yeah, it might just get killed by RPF on the way in, which would be hilarious. These are... Where are these
Two of them
going?
did. These strikes are the wildest shit. I mean, you can do this now.
I think maybe they're PD wasting strikes.
Jordan
Yeah,
does
That
that.
seems to be it.
all
but-
they're doing is wasting RPF, funnily enough.
And some 20 mil now.
There's a little bit of 20. Oh, God!
Containers was secretly designed to lure our eyes onto the shuttle so that we all got blinded.
And there, those get downed. Yeah, I don't... The PD waster container thing is, like, not good. It doesn't work
Yeah.
against people who actually
Counter-
bring point
I
defense.
mean, that explains why they're so cheap, because he's got like 65 one-point containers in here. I don't think he's even have seekers.
Maybe.
Hit the
These
PD
are
zone
the
button.
nice PDs. Those have got to be PD wasters, right?
Presumably.
Oh, actually, no. These are actually going for an actual ship.
They got seekers. Okay.
Yeah, not lured by the chaff.
What?
Not lured by the active decoy either. These might be wake primary. It's not gonna matter.
steep
One defender
angle for
handles all of them.
They've got to be wake Vow.
Yeah.
Because they weren't tracking the wake itself, but they were tracking the ship.
That's
But
true.
they were at an angle such that the wake could have validated, right? They were
True.
less than 100 degrees away.
Yeah,
Okay,
projectiles
activate
are
small
kinda
warhead
ballsy.
extended.
The cone was in FOV and the ship was accelerating as well. The leading was act. He pulled that same build, similar at least, against us, 4v5 Nix, but didn't work.
That small cake figured
Ended
out
up
the
being
sprinter.
before.
He's newing off into space and has retasking onto Charlie. Got a
Wait,
huge volley of containers coming out here.
These are the beehives, 4 of them. So we'll see if this should have like 20 decoy modules on it if he's built these like I do.
Alright, we'll see. I mean, they might have like 4 BSSJs instead.
And he's lined these up pretty well. This is nice.
Yeah.
And broken spine. I'm
Cool
guessing those
POG.
are the big warheads. You're not doing this right if you want to put the big warheads at the back, because the warheads in front of the decoys are protected. The ones behind them aren't.
We're about to find out. The balloons are tracking, not delivering anything. They're all going for a sprinter.
Decoys away.
Decoy's
Three,
coming out a little late.
Sprinter's
The
getting
sprinter
RPF.
is gonna die. Okay, so the front ones have ARAD primary.
9.
Because they shifted away from the sprinter.
These
Going after a
are
different
small
sprinter.
beehives, only 9 decoys each. Explains why he's got so much shit at least.
And then the rest of these are just gonna get cleaned up by the
Yep.
PD.
Wrong order.
Yeah.
Need
You
the
know, they
go
took out our
container.
jam sprinter or cap sprinter actually.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
they did.
all the containers that were protected by the decoys went into the sprinter.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and how many?
Big made their sacrifice.
Well, how many points worth of containers had to go into one sprinter and then miss?
How many
Let's
times
take a
did we do it
look
again?
at. Yeah. He's
That's-
spent quite a bit here.
That's one of his 6 good salvos. Everything else is spam.
To kill off a sprinter, it's kind of a problem. Alright, some rocket shuttles. Actually, what kind of shuttles are these? I think these are hybrid rocket and guns. Yeah, jam, rockets, rocket and gun, and rockets. Okay. Or
Yeah,
These
Or
ones up here are
bringing
just,
them
are
all.
just
rockets, just rockets.
Just rocket.
Yeah.
The sprinter up here doing the scene in Star Wars where Han Solo runs into the hangar full of stormtroopers, turns around and runs away.
It's a pretty good summation of that, actually. S1's coming out,
That's
probably
the
just
best
gonna
one.
eat shit to defenders, yeah.
They are gonna definitely
Cakes.
take C though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're gonna take Charlie. No one's been able to cap Alpha. Small Cake's kind of bottled up here on this
Two of these
rock.
2 of these
Can't move
shuttles got
forward.
their first of slagged. I think these frigates might just eat them.
Oh, yeah,
The
that's a
defenders are
good
missing the S1s, but
catch.
the S1s are also missing the ship, so
RPF coming out here in a pretty high volume.
Here comes another big strike.
Three's
Another
missing.
4.
Poor frame rate is in the toilet. These are going for the Empress. That might actually
Oh,
be a
these
better
might do
target.
it. These might do it.
Doug, if you like, I can stream and you can just record.
Oh no, decoy's going
Yeah,
past.
I'll kill.
Decoy's
Yeah,
going to
that would
something
be
else.
great, Xenophon, if you would do that, please. Thank you.
Decoy's missed by a country mile. Those have terrible seekers on them, evidently.
And instantly, my frame rate
This-
has increased to 60. Thank you very much.
I think his decoy containers don't have the same seekers on as everything else, because they just went clean past.
Is Hunter gonna drift out of A before he caps it? No. Okay.
No, not quite. Almost, but not quite. That's the Alpha Cap. ANS really need that. Beam Battleship gets onto those shuttles that are trying to play frontline under Good Rock and just tears them to shreds. That's 2 kills, and
And
it's about to be a 3rd. It's also
getting on the
dodging
cliffs as well.
all the Bulker 450 fire battleship.
Good rocks discovered by Professor Goodnut in the 19th century.
+1 relevance. A lot of EWR coverage, a lot of support out of the OSP team, but they don't have the meat. I think now that this battleship's kind of towards the middle of the map, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. So they've got rocket shuttles in the backside of ANS, but ANS doesn't have any, like, dedicated backline. Small Cake's kind of playing trap spider with these frigates. Did a pretty good number on the shuttles. Could probably just get a backup on Charlie and cap it. Although, no, not with Kamiya's 450 bulkers coming over the side here. Where's the beef? I don't know, but it ain't in this battleship. Which, it's dodging a little less now, but one of these 450 rounds are impacting on the surface.
The problem that OSP is having right now is that they have these 3 EWR tugs, which is like, that could be a bulker,
Yeah.
probably. And it should be a bulker because they have, they have the scout fleet already, and maybe the scout fleet should have more sensors, but,
Yeah,
it's
there's
not gonna...
too high of an investment in support out of this fleet. Like, much too high. Let's watch all these containers just die to defenders, because keep firing 4 0-pin 8 containers at single frigates that are off by themselves that are obviously going to have a defender on
That's
them.
what the rockets are for.
Yeah, that is what the rockets are for.
This weird SLO is doing its level best while colossally outgunned.
That's something else. This SSL is like mega cursed.
Yeah. You know, I don't hate it other than the T30. Like, I actually like the rest of what it's doing.
Well, why is there a Scryer here? Like, why do you have it? You don't need that. You've got the balls. Just turn them on when the missiles come in.
The Lyrebird you sometimes want to turn off, but
Lyrebird, even with the SHA decoy, it will attract a round and you will die.
That is true.
yeah.
Second TOT, this one with more decoys in, or third TOT. This better be into Hunter.
I think it is. I think it's gonna miss though. Yeah, looks like the broken spines are gonna slam directly
What?
into this rock.
Yeah, same again. Something is pulling the broken spines.
Yeah, they
They
got
have different seekers.
they got
Oh,
let go.
wait. Are you seeing the same
Yeah,
defender ammo going through the rock as I am?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Glonk.
it's
There goes all those.
Uh,
And then the rest of
that's
these are headed
good.
for Imperial's ship, the rural Malding.
Same. Will
but
hit.
look how little damage that is. These things are tiny.
Yeah, that's like 4 lands. I think. No, that was more. Let's count these.
That
1,
was-
2,
Did you
3,
take out the
4,
bulk
5,
pack?
6, 7, 8
8?
lands.
That's a full salvo with 4 decoy boxes at the back. That's everything he fired hit, and it did like
And it didn't do enough!
60% damage. You can't be having this.
No, absolutely not.
The only really important thing it took out there was the bolt mag, and you know they've got restores for that. Well, and the antigun, I guess.
Shuttle
but-
sprinter fight happening on the
Didn't even
backside
get
of
CIC.
Delta. Looks like the shuttles are probably going to win this. They're dodging all the sprinter fire and they're getting right up on it. They're going to be able to rocket it. In fact, they should
Oh,
be
we got
rocketing
some,
it already, probably.
torps.
Focus.
Got some torps sitting Kalmia.
This one's getting
Oh,
eaten.
no Pavis. No point defense at all in these bulk freighters. What the fuckulous?
I think there's supposed to be a tug that's with those.
No. They've got
Oh,
a
yeah.
support
I got a monitor.
monitor that also
Which-
doesn't have any point defense.
That's a choice. Okay.
Well, it's got some
Are they relying on like
AMMs.
AMM boxes?
A few, 29, but that's not enough.
Instant.
However, we do here have Weebread slamming his 2 ships into each other at 3 kilometers away from 450 liners.
Oh,
Which
that
is-
is really not good for
You know,
voxels.
those are gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
But one
And
of the
in
lines
fact,
is gone.
They
So.
are dying
But,
right now.
yeah. They're gonna kill at least the Elster, I think.
Yeah, Elster's
Yeah.
dying pretty hard. Wow, the Scream just eats it.
Yeah. No, those torpedoes really did a number on its combat power.
Yeah, the 250s.
I think these
were
can get
also
out. I don't think there's enough gunfire.
Really destroying it.
If they book it for the backside of that rock and just look at the Asolo, I think they get out here.
Yeah.
This market's going to the
100
ethereal.
HP from the Solo.
And it's weirdly on the back foot on the cap cam. I think because of this that Delta Echo push without Cake being able to cap effectively, and also the sprinter bug on Charlie. It's gotten them down by a few points. They're going to be down on caps here before too long, because OSP's definitely going to be able to capture Delta with an EWR bulk freighter revolt, or EWR, what is this, monitor of all things, capping the opposing forces natural. Very nice, very nice. The container's been slowly
rocket
rotating
shuttles,
around the side of the map. It has not pulled its weight. Like at all. Yeah, it's running out of munitions too. It's getting really low.
3 real strikes left and nothing to back them up with. No rockets, no decoys.
Yeah, I know we've seen those real strikes even when they work. They're just not good enough.
I've seen that happening because you're down to 8 words, but you've got to just bite the bullet and go, fuck it, like this container's gonna do like 6,000 damage.
Yeah, you need to be.
Ooh.
Size. That's a beam going into the L. Yeah, and that's a reactor out. And that's going to very quickly be a bulk freighter out. Another beam. And goes the rest of the components. It's structure broken. It's dead.
That was a huge overcommitment of those liners.
Yes. Well, the whole team has
Gonna
had to
stay
do
down
that
there,
because they don't have a front line. Like, they don't have a real front line. So they're having to play on the run. And I don't think the players here are experienced in that play style because it is really hard to do.
Yeah, and that was their only front line. Now they have in a cello, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, they
They
should
have
have really.
2/3 of a cellar.
Yeah. That's not a problem. Sicelo can't really go anywhere because the beam battleship's kind of in the middle of the map. And, let's actually get a bearing on where that is exactly. Where are you? Oh no, it's closer to Delta. It's had right. It had to pull back here to get this gap and deal with all this. Man, for the EWR ship as well. Gotta be able to recap Delta, but the shuttle's gonna be able to get away. They're presumably gonna loop around and head towards Echo, and I don't think Cake has anything to deal with rocket shuttles that effectively. This seems kind of an anti-MNT build with Torch. Torch notoriously very ineffective against shuttles.
Another TOT coming
Good against
out.
shuttles as long as they don't have Pavises, but Zakar is bringing Pavises,
This is
so.
a cold launch
Yeah.
container liner. That's old style.
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
dude, you didn't believe it either. Didn't believe.
If I believe now.
That was so funny when we had that conversation like a month
I
or
was
two
like-
ago at this point. I was like, what do you mean you don't do hot launch containers? It's fucking mega based.
Yeah, that good shit.
You had doubts and you used it once. We're like, holy shit, this is a whole new world.
I don't say, I don't get stuck up about not using things other people invented. It's good, it's fun.
Yeah. So we got another strike going out towards the Empress. This is in completely open space, in a direct line.
And it's
He's
stuck
beaming
in
the
a-
containers!
Hell
Yeah,
yeah!
you gotta do it.
Doing
If
a
you
puppy.
can't do it,
Oh, look at him go!
Oh,
yeah.
these
If
are
you
all
can't do it,
just
there's no
trash.
reason not to do it.
But
Beam the
Zach,
Oh,
does
I
he
got
see the
two at
supports?
once?
Does he see the supports? No, he doesn't.
It doesn't matter. The fucking PD's gonna be able to clean all this up.
Nope.
Nope, decoys.
Oh,
This is where you put the decoys at the back.
ah,
Good
okay.
shit. This is
Big
the missile
waster.
tech.
Very unaiming.
But,
Too
Like
much.
most of them ran out of range.
Fine.
A lot of
It's
them
fine.
did, yeah. This thing can just repair. It's gonna be stunned for a little while.
Yeah,
But,
Oh,
uh,
all that
Also
green and
online.
yellow.
yeah, that's a good demonstration of the tech, though. Like we could have done this had I known way back when we got mixed salvos. You just put like cluster decoy at the back rather than normal decoy at the front, and they pull the PD at the exact right time. It's amazing.
It's always funny to look at battleships after they take a hit like that because they can have so many DC teams that it's just the whole thing is just
Swarming.
highlighted.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing's fine. Eating some AP 450, I think, though, in the flank. That might not be good.
That
Yeah.
will be nasty, actually.
Yeah, that follow-up's not good. Although this Sicelo just lost one of the 450s, and more importantly, one of the T30s on the top.
And the CIC.
Oh, yeah, that's the really important thing. Where is the CIC?
Bonk.
There it is. It's in, okay, it's in one of these lower spots. Interesting.
Heavenly Jordan does not agree with me.
Jordan. This is like a really bad build.
There's like seeds of a good build in it is being executed badly. I mean, he's got some more hits here. How much did he
Bonk, yeah, since this thing's stunned.
do?
That's,
Bonk.
there we go. That's what it should have looked like after the first salvo.
Any good crits?
I
One.
don't think
is
so.
next.
I'm not seeing any cook. Oh yeah, there we go. On the micro reactor.
Think he's got that.
Probably, yeah, with 19 DC teams.
Hope so.
This rocket shuttle, can it make a noble attempt? Come on, you know you want to.
OSP is
Into
gonna
the
be
engine deck.
recap
Go on,
Delta.
You have to pause firing it.
It's not gonna
Venus.
fire order. Oh, and it's down.
Still has Alpha and Echo though, and I think they could actually just go and grab Bravo. I don't think that
I'll have Delta when the
Solo
PV gets back up, if it gets back up.
can handle that.
So just
This isn't gonna
evacuated.
repair in time, and if he's not careful, I think he might have to scram this.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm gonna spread his
scrammed.
DC teams out a little too thin.
Scram goes in, so he's
Roxel's
bounceable.
got a straight shot to B.
How can you see the scram? Oh yeah, you can see the scram.
see the little
I didn't
thing
know you
spinning.
could see that in spectator mode. Nice, very cool. Rocket using the battleship as fucking cover.
Faye, just shoot the rockets. Pulse fire the rockets. You get through the armor.
I mean,
All
the
the
thing is
endings
that they
come up.
won't red anything out any more than it's already redded out, which is,
Yeah.
you know, all the way.
Yeah, but like it's not like you can do anything else to these guys. Stun them.
I mean, I guess if they could red out the engines, they could. Is this
Yeah.
the CSE's not
Oh.
out, so.
While you're shut down, do you get crit? Like it's 30 seconds to shut down.
Is there?
Then it's 30 seconds where you are shut down. But if you get shot during that time, can you get more crits?
No, if a component is gray, it cannot be critted.
No,
Oh,
but the other
can't be
ones.
hit, yeah.
If you fired 36 rockets into the engine compartment right now,
Oh yeah, that would probably work.
Yeah, yes.
Please. Oh, I want to see that happen. Yes!
It's not gonna happen.
nah, he's not in the right place.
It's
But
not. He's
could've
also
done.
not pause firing. I think he's been trying to track fire this because the rocket has been following the battleship,
Yeah.
but doesn't
It
recognize
just
that
doesn't
you can't
fucking
really.
work at close range.
No.
There's no armor on the left
No.
on this side. He might stun it again.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gets
he's been
CSE.
waiting to get onto this side of things though. Yeah, those are some good hits.
It's hilarious.
Played some more
CSE though.
crits down the field. And there's also one armed rocket shuttle looks like on Delta. So Battleship not really going to be able to cap that unless it comes fully online. So we can move away from that. Imperial taking a container strike. He's not going to be able to handle this. Clonk. Yeah. Oh, some of them missed though.
And that was 8 decoy boxes. Most of these don't do damage. These ones do.
Yeah,
I
a
am
lot
noticing
lands on
that
the
there's a-
nose.
I am noticing that there's a good amount of lag when all of those release from the containers.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been getting any, but
No, mine's been fine.
I don't know. I think the problem here is that the entire OSP team now consists of one gun shuttle, 4 rocket shuttles, and a container liner, plus some, useless EWR.
Yeah, and if we were like 200 points further in this game, they could maybe get something done, but we're not. ANS is 1 cap down. They're also not quite 70 points down. And they can definitely turn this around. Bravo's open. Imperial can just fly up here, or Wheat Red can just fly up here. Charlie's basically open. Small Kid can
Charlie's
pull out
totally
there and
open.
grab that.
BB is completely blind, but otherwise fine.
Jordan's completely out of munitions. Yeah, EWR tugs are like fine and off map and getting lots of scouting on things that other stuff could probably see though, so that's good.
It would be good if they had any offensive capability to take
Yes.
advantage of that, but
Yes, it would.
It's interesting how this game is relatively close so far, but like now they don't have anything to fight with, so like it's just gonna be a crushing defeat for OSP.
I mean, things are stable till they're not, right? That's usually how it goes.
Sometimes it's just a overwhelming victory for one side or the other.
Okay, sometimes they're not.
Fair.
Peak banker talk there, sorry. I love that line.
yeah, I mean,
What are
that's
these
called good
complaints?
positioning, Jordan. That's
Yeah,
called
that-
good positioning.
That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
how
allowed.
anti-missile gameplay works, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, rare me agreeing with Punter about containers.
The enemy is securing zone boxer.
Jordan's got some interesting opinions. I mean, yesterday he offered to do a duel to prove that containers were really good, but qualified it by saying I couldn't bring soft kill.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, bro, that's part of the game. I mean, that's just how the game works. I don't know what to tell you.
Game though. Interesting to watch.
Yeah, that was a scuffed as fuck match, but it was very entertaining. Yeah,
Hey,
having
Jordan gave us. Oh, sorry.
not having like real frontline on your fleet, and then having your frontline play like skirmishers, it's not great.
The enemy is securing zone dagger.
I think OSP did better than I expected them to.
I agree. I absolutely
Yeah, I think they played well. I think the builds were just not wonderful.
Yeah. Well, and that's what happens. Like DEFCON, Jordan Ju, and Sekiro are all very experienced players, but they're not experienced in this kind of environment. They played a lot of pub games and not really their stack v stacks. The builds are kind of questionable, even though the play itself is decent.
Careful roll molding.
It's funny that it's that slight difference, right? Of like going from like a kind of a more casual public scene to the more competitive scene.
Yeah.
It's like the play can be there, but the build is just needs a little work.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I've been playing here forever, and I still need to work on my build. So
Yeah,
I
28,000
think,
damage. It's not enough.
Builds in Neb are a constant
ebb and
hamster
flow.
wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, even especially when we're playing on test branch, even fleets that are like a week old can't be brought, like the fucking rebound sprinters.
I've made a fucking like probably
Every
30, 40 fleets for test branch at least, maybe
Yeah.
more.
I think part of the reason no one's putting ANS missiles in test bunch is that everyone needs to go swap all their wake seekers over and they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, that's that's actually something
it's-
that
I do not have a
do.
single act wake.
I mean,
How dare you?
it's also because OSP hard kill versus ANS works against everything that ANS has. Like AMMs are not super efficient against S2, but they're not as bad as AMMs are against OSP S2 from ANS.
Or containers.
Or containers, yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
AMMs work against everything that ANS has, but they don't work against everything that OSP has.
Except Torps sometimes, and even then you can dump.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, I guess Torps being the exception, but
Yeah,
like
but
Torps
Torps
aren't
are more
long
of a-
range.
Yeah.
So,
Torps beat all PD because they have 2 centimeters range. That's fine.
yeah.
I like.
Well, containers are as long, further range than S3H, so it's like you can't rely on AMMs to be able to do that.
Yeah. That's not...
Anyway, it also is very frustrating because Double Bastion like shuts down most S2 spam from ANS. So like I noticed Dramus was doing this with his LN fleet, is like Double Bastion, Double Cavice with AMMs, and it like quite literally just counters basically every missile build you can have on ANS. It's just about volume, but if you're like trading inefficiently with missiles, it's better to just have guns. So,
I
or
do think
Bukes.
that I kind of think, at least from what I've done, like from what I've tested, you really need more like 4 bastions, which obviously is still a pretty small amount. But
Yes. Well, I guess I meant like 2 per liner. He was using 2
yeah,
per
yeah.
liner, and like
yeah,
that.
that'll do it.
Yeah, with 3 liners. Yeah, with 3
Like
liners.
there'll be
it's
some
really good.
leakers, but that's fine. You know, they're S2s. They don't deal that much damage.
That's what DCC's for.
Having 2 S2s out of like 20 hit you is not really a huge deal.
No, it's really not a problem.
I don't know, man. I just like games like this where it's like players that know how to do time on target attacks. With Mazer mentioned this actually in that reply to the things in Balcon, where it's like if you can just increase the volume of missiles that are coming at any target, that's how you overwhelm the PD. So like containers, because they do so much damage, if you can, especially with the agility buff and the speed buff they've got now too, like time on target is a lot harder to deal with. Like prior to those buffs, this battleship with 4 defenders, like 3 in arc at any given time, could just barely stop time on target without decoy. And now that they have that speed too, like you barely need any decoys to really get through if you're able to like stack the containers on top of each other really well. So I don't know, like
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think that's a good thing though, in that it's it is now possible for containers to actually pen hard to kill under some circumstances, as opposed to
Right.
under basically no circumstances.
Yeah, I think just the problem that like I feel like is it's like, okay, you spend like 300 points worth of missiles to effectively remove 2.5k of ship out of the game in like one go. Like obviously you need to have the right situations for that to happen, but because containers do so much damage, like my ship was crippled after that volley. Like if I had sustained 450 fire continuously after that, well, not even continuously, like another 180 seconds or something, I probably would have just died. So.
He did try 3 times to get you, and got you with 1.
Well, okay, that's fair, but I also played like I'm trying to avoid dying to missiles in the other 2 times, right? Like I'm actually like playing around cover and avoiding doing that.
Yeah, and then he couldn't get you, and then when you had to go to the point, he got you with the triple TOT into 0 soft kill.
That was triple?
If that,
it looked like double.
It was triple. It was
that was triple for sure.
Triple TOT with a bunch of like mass decoy support containers in the back. Very nice.
And also, Defcon brings up a good point in the chat, which is, there's the hull cost of the CLN2. You're paying 1,000 points just for the hull, which is part of the missile cost. It's basically doubling the cost of all of your missiles.
Right. Well, I don't know. I just
that was also the best lineup you can get. The way you want the containers now is the support containers want to be behind everything you're TOTing into the target, because the decoys don't go past the target until all your containers have hit already. It's way better than the old pattern where you used to have 1 decoy module per box and most of them were wasted. Like, they behave now, it's wonderful, but you still need the TOTs. Unless it's like 1 Axford, I can just slap an Axford.
Yeah, I think it just feels bad, man, getting hit by like 20 fucking containers and they completely Shrek your entire ship. And it's like, well, that costs how many points to fire?
Those ones? He had 6 of those strikes, so... Considering he has 3 on you, 1,500.
That was not 1,500 points on me, dude. There's no way. He used like how many other container salvos did I see that game? There were like 3 before I even got fired out.
6. He has 6 salvos of.
There were not 6 of those salvos.
There were 6 of those salvos and like
missiles
very cheapest.
4-6 salvos like that, and then he used some of them for half salvos, like only double TOT instead of triple for a couple of them.
Yeah, each of those salvos is about 500 points, accounting for hull.
Like how many ships? Like okay, 1 CH got hit, but like basically 5k worth of shit got hit by containers and was very fucked up by it.
They didn't kill the CH, basically.
No, but they didn't. Well, missiles don't really kill capital ships. The point is,
it wasn't disabled. It was fine.
The first strike on the Axford was more or less fine. It killed the sprinter.
Okay, maybe I misheard.
Much later in the game, one of the Axfords did get killed by I think the final container strike after the battleship had gotten knocked out. And one of the voxels also took a couple hits, but it was mostly fine. I think both
warheads
voxels
on those
took
were not very big. I think part of that is that you can just jack those warheads up. Like they should have done a bit more damage than they did. But
I think part of the burn
I
time
also
is
think that if you eat a
TOT.
triple TOT into no soft kill in a 3k fleet, it should probably go splat. Because it's not like they can do anything else to you. Like, if that doesn't work, then the missile just doesn't work into a 3k fleet.
No. I wasn't paying attention.
Well, whatever. I guess I'm just gonna remove my hard kill and only bring ADs.
But that doesn't work either.
Does it not?
Because it
kind of
winds up
seems like it
being
does.
Yeah,
a little
you
too
want
risky.
like just remove like a PDT and put a VLS, and then you're probably fine.
Anyways, looks like we got the teams decided. Go down into team chats. I'm gonna close up this video. I'll be right back. Whew! Spicy meatball! People have very strong opinions about missiles. It's always been this way. And I think we had a good conversation on there. I don't have any closing thoughts to give to that. Unfortunately, I usually like to say what Dark thinks, but I'm kind of up in the air on containers. I want to say that they're fine because there are a lot of options for dealing with them, and Hunter didn't have half of them. In fact, his fleet didn't have half of them. We saw it at the beginning of the game, right, where the chaff and the active decoys did seduce the hell out of those missiles. Ooh. But I gotta stop spending time around Crow. But he didn't have that, and it is hard to bring some of that in the battleship and use it well, because you kind of got to get away from your own soft kill. And if you're on a trajectory that your soft kill is going to fire out into, then you're in big fucking trouble. Maybe containers are just a good anti-capital tool, although on the flip side, OSP already has a lot of those, but also ANS wants to bring capitals all the time. I don't know. It's very complicated. I think until like a container hull rework happens, which Mazur has said in balanced discussion, that is going to happen in the next patch. And it's not happening this patch because this patch is already basically a major patch. It's gotten so crazy out of scope from the original, like, oh, we're gonna tune OSP up a little bit. It's been like a complete rework of missiles, point defense, and the missile anti-missile game for both factions, in addition to all the little tweaks that both factions have received for balance sake. And it's good. It makes me excited. I've participated in a lot of video games. I've been on the testing side of a lot of video games where the developer is just like, look, dog, I'm kind of doing my own thing. I don't really care what's going on in the community. I'm just going to make what I want to make. And while on one hand, I understand that from a creative vision side, like, I can't get mad at that, because, yeah, you'd like, that's probably what I would do if I was on the same shoes. Like, I want to do what I want to do, and that's kind of the end of it. But Mazur's been very cognizant of what's going on in the community and has been really on top of doing these balance patches, and it's just, it's amazing to see, because Nebulous is such a high quality game just because of what it is on its own, but it's, I don't know how to effectively convey this, but it raises it to something even more special when the dev, like, very obviously cares about not just the game itself, but the people who play it. And that means a lot to me. I'm just a fucko, but that's what I have to say about that. See you in the battle space, dear viewer. Good night.